participates in this evil and sadistic deception. If you try to tell people about this and they think you're crazy, show them this video and ask them, what do they think? Is this a man or a woman? Of course, they said it just had a baby. But you look at the torso, it's straight up and down male torso, all right? There are no hips whatsoever. There are broad shoulders, all right? Leaving aside the huge muscles, look at the underlying bone structure. All right, so according to this textbook, A Companion to Forensic Anthropology, there are a number of methods that have been traditionally used by physical anthropologists to determine sex in adults. These can be primarily broken down into metric methods, where they measure different sizes between the sexes, and non-metric methods that do what? Evaluate pelvic and cranial traits generally characteristic of males and females. Sounds familiar. As a universal rule within each population, males are on average larger than females. Pelvis. There is an overall consensus that the pelvis is the most reliable skeletal element for sex estimation in humans. That's kind of what I've been saying. And I don't have a PhD, all right? This is because there is a difference in biological function between the male and female pelvis. Yeah, I know. All right, we'll skip down there. It says females, however, have an added selective pressure childbirth. If the female pelvis is too narrow, both her and her child's life are at risk. These sex differences in pelvic functional adaptation have resulted in a number of morphological differences in the male and female pelvis, which can be used reliably for sex estimation. All right, they're talking about the hips, the pelvis. Male and female pelvises are what? The most reliable skeletal element for determining a tranny. But let's get a second opinion. Fundamentals of forensic anthropology. Pelvic traits. The distinctive human pelvis shape as an adaptation to posture and locomotion is shared by both sexes. The added selective pressure of carrying and giving birth to large-brained babies is borne only by the female. Thus, it is no surprise that the pelvic area exhibits the greatest sexual dimorphism and can be regarded as the what? The gold standard for sexual discrimination. Repeat, the gold standard for sexual discrimination. A very long inventory of innominate pelvic bone traits has been demonstrated to have significant differences in all populations of males and females. The visual assessment of pelvic traits is reliable enough to render metric methods unnecessary. It means you don't even need to measure it. You can just look at it. You can spot the tranny, all right? There it is, female pelvis on the top row, male pelvis on the bottom. You can see female pelvis wider overall and has that large hole in the middle where the large-brained human comes out, right? Remember, human beings have a large brain. That means females need wide hips. Men don't. Men have narrow hips. Look at the shoulder to hip ratio on that skeleton, all right? And that's basically what we got. Yeah, of course, everyone has a different body, right? We all got different fingerprints. We're all different people. But generally speaking, there's a real people here, right? Basic female body shape right there. Shoulders just as wide as the hips. The man, straight up and down torso, right? Now, some men have slightly more curves than that, right? And that's where the tranny can get you. And in fact, right there, look at the pelvis. Look at the pelvis bones inside this diagram there. You can see the woman's pelvis, much wider. It's the bones that are different, all right? Underneath the skin, straight up and down torso, the hips ending below the navel, all right? Broad shoulders, and this one's doing the S curve there, thrusting out the butt to try to make it look like it has curves. But you see right there, it's got the Adonis belt. The abdomen simply has the hips of a man. Cover of magazines, all right? So the mass media industry is promoting this. They know what's going on. This is intentional, all right? Now, both sisters are trannies, by the way. It's a deuce. Look at the Adonis belt there, right? That's the features of a male body, okay? Lean muscle mass. Hand on the hips, fake breasts, massive muscles in the arms. It's really quite obvious, and it's just that people don't like to believe that the mass media would lie to them. After having a baby, it comes back to the perfect tranny body again, and the man obviously looking very weak and feminine, so I don't know what's going on there, but sexy arms, abs, and legs, flat belly, right? Flat belly. That's what their message is. Look at those muscles, right? Hand on the hips. Women are strong as hell. This is not a woman. This is not even a woman doing male hormones or on steroids or anything. Serena Williams serving up some serious sexy. Queen Serena. This is King Serena. This is a man. A man has a bone structure like this. The hips in the hip to shoulder ratio. It's just impossible that this is a woman. But yet it's on the cover of all these magazines, right? The TV, the mass media industry promoting this, pushing this. Strong is sexy. So they're trying to turn women into men, all right? And vice versa, because that's their androgynous religion. The Freemasons, going back to Babylon, the Kabbalah, all right? That's what this is all about, man. They believe that men and women separated after the fall into two genders, and they're trying to get back together into one, into a God. They're trying to become God. And let's read the Zohar. First sentence only. Man, therefore, was created androgynous with two faces. This is the basic text for the Kabbalah, all right? Jewish mysticism that arose out of Babylon, all right? And this is what the Freemasons believe, okay? This is Freemasonry right here. And here's a book called The Zohar in Muslim and Christian Spain. It says there at the end, this act is full of pleasure and fulfillment, being the symbol of the union of the eternal masculine with the eternal feminine. And finally, we've got the same book, 2 pages later. It says, and again, Santa Teresa tells us, the union of man with God is nothing but the reunion of two bodies which have been separated but are always one. All right, this is talking about the two bodies, the male body and the female body, reuniting into an androgyne and becoming one with God. All right, that's what's going on here. This is what they believe. And this guy here, who's basically some kind of Gnostic about 800 years ago, he said that at the end of the world, both sexes should be reunited in the same person. Hand on the hips on the cover of a magazine, straight up and down torso. All right, there it is again. Sports Illustrated, right? Putting this half-naked beast on the cover of their magazine. Just think about this, how evil this is, man. Really. Glamour magazine. This is the least glamorous person in the world. Look at it. Look, is there any glamour there? This tranny beast? Any glamour there whatsoever? That's just a man, all right? Woman of the year. Whoa, that is funny. The Body Issue, ESPN. Look at this, man. Putting a naked tranny in the cover, man. If you're a woman, go look at a man's body. If you're a man, look in the mirror. Look at that thing, man. There's no hips whatsoever. It has nothing to do with this thing being an athlete. It's an athletic man with lipstick and long hair and a bikini. I mean, everybody knows this is a tranny at this point. Anyone with a brain, okay? Media industry is in on this, and they're the main part. They're promoting. This is just a pawn in the game, really. They're promoting this. They'll choose anybody they can. Look at that torso, man. Straight them down. V-shaped body. Upper body strength. And winning all these awards and stuff. I mean, this is their Wonder Woman, their superhero, right? They believe androgyny is better. Look at those lack of hips there, man. That's a male body. Right on the cover of magazine. Elle magazine. Come on. Essence. All these beauty. It's on sports magazines, beauty magazines. It's insane. It's absolute insanity is what it is. I can't even believe this. I mean, talk about deception, man. And evil. Yeah. Fake pregnant belly. Come on, there it is. Beyonce had the same one. Probably got the same exact one from Beyonce. I don't know what's going on there. It had a Brazilian butt lift, all right? They inject fat into the butt to make it look like it has the female shape. All right, hand on the hips, cover up the male torso. Promoting this Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman was a propaganda as well. The guy's on record of saying, he said Wonder Woman comic book was propaganda. And that's the goal. The goal is to create a new world androgynous order, man. So that's what this is, androgynous propaganda. So they promote these champions, trannies, as being the ideal person. We should all be like this. That's the message, right? That's the message, man. Look at that thing, man. It's a man. It's a man with fake breasts. Nothing more and long hair. Sunglasses. Look at that thing, man. It's impossible for women to have a torso like that and hips like that. Impossible. Fake pregnant. That's not even a fake belly. That's just a photo, man. Probably ate donuts that morning. Yeah, look at all this. Is some ritual. They have it's a birth ritual, is what it is. These deception rituals, the fake pregnant belly. And there it is. Look at the people there worshiping the tranny idol. I think this is one of those MTV movie awards or something. Look at the people, man. They're like, wow, that's a tranny idol standing right in front of us. Let's worship that thing, man, because it's a tranny beast. They're worshiping the image of the beast. That's what this is all about. The beast is an androgynous beast. This is a religious icon, an idol. This is the golden calf. Flat abs on the tranny. That's probably the most obvious tranny there is out there in the world. But there's people that will still deny it because they want to believe the lie. These people believe they can become androgynous gods if they become trannies. And then they get all the awards and stuff. So they think they're winning the game of life, man. They're going to burn. Part of the transhumanist New World Order to destroy the human race, to create a breeding program where they're in control of human biology and all aspects of society. So that's what's going on here. They have a breeding program. Where do you think this baby came from, man? Didn't come out of that body. Came from somewhere. They're organized. No, this person could have provided the sperm. Wherever it came from, it's a systematic breeding program they have. Could have came from the Brave New World breeding program, from the Central London Hatchery and Conditioning Center. So if mass media is giving you this, right, they're lying to you. They're lying, man. They're telling you this is a woman, all right? If mass media is lying to you about this, and it's so easy to see, right? Not hard to see. What does that tell you about mass media? If they're going to lie to you about this, they're going to lie to you about everything. All right, all the shootings, all this kind of stuff. It's all a lie, and it's not that hard to spot once you look into it. But it's up to us to actually look. You can choose to believe the lie. You're going to end up following the father of lies. They believe God is an androgyne. They believe Adam was originally created as androgynous, and that is what we're trying to get back to. And that's what they're doing. That's what's going on, man. Right in front of our faces, hidden in plain sight. All the people in the elite are practicing this already. They're already doing this. They're already practicing their transhumanist breeding program. They're all a bunch of androgynes, and they're rolling it out to the rest of the world right now, man.